Today I want to talk about how to get motivated when you're feeling burnt out and stressed and anxious and like there is no end in sight. There are strategies that you can do to be able to help your body slowly step back and reset, to be able to pull yourself out of that feeling of burnout. Hi, my name's Rachel. I do videos about decluttering, minimalism and my no spend year. And today's a bit more of a self-care video. It's more about how you can get motivated when you're feeling quite stressed, when you feel exhausted from daily life. And I have definitely had times when I have felt like that. I know that I've got chronic fatigue syndrome, so my daily life feels like burnout. But I am working through strategies on how to overcome that. And so a lot of these strategies are very similar to the ones that I do for chronic fatigue syndrome, but they are ones that I have done when I have felt quite overwhelmed and stressed and like I cannot get motivated, because I definitely have those slumps. So what we need to do is a bit of a reset. We need to take a step back and reset our bodies and reset our minds. So the first thing you need to do is completely step back from things. If you can take a day off from work, you want to see if you can give yourself some extra time at home in some peace and in some quiet where you can kind of switch off from the world for a little bit. I think sometimes everything can feel overwhelming because we never get that switch off. We never get that complete break. Take yourself off of social media, disconnect from the people that you don't need to speak to at this point in time, and really find yourself some periods of rest. Switch off by thinking about other things or by thinking about nothing. Completely sit there in silence. I've definitely had days where I have been so fatigued from the working days where I've literally had a day where I have sat in silence on the sofa and looked out the window. And I did that for quite a bit of the day, most of the day. I don't think I could even watch TV. I think sometimes we need to completely disassociate ourselves from all the hustle and bustle and just get grounded. And that could be something simple by just looking outside, looking out a window. It could be walking around the block. It's just about disconnecting from the norm. So give yourself that extra day of rest if you can. Switch off from work, switch off from people, and see if you can disassociate for a moment. And when you feel ready to reconnect again, do that with some really clear boundaries. Know who you want to slowly introduce back into your daily conversations so that it's at a manageable level rather than going straight back to the full-time, full-on situation that you were in beforehand. Tip number 2, I want you to start connecting with some friends. If you can, try and do this physically in person, because that interaction with eye contact and body language can help ground and can help connect you in a different, more positive way than just by a phone call. If that's all you can do is a phone call, then do that, because that is still obviously going to be valuable. But you want to connect with somebody that is really going to be able to listen, that's going to be able to just take in what you're saying and perhaps give some constructive or positive feedback for how you can move forward. But connect with the right people that are your cheerleaders, that are going to be honest with you, that's going to help you work through these moments. If you're enjoying this video so far, don't forget to hit like and subscribe and press the bell for notifications if you want to hear about more videos that I upload. And I upload twice a week about decluttering, minimalism and my no spend year. Every like, comment and share is very much appreciated. It helps my video get seen by lots of other people that might find it helpful. Do get liking, comment and sharing. I really appreciate it. Tip number 3 is to implement regular breaks within your daytime, within your working day, within your home rest days. It's really important that we are taking those rest breaks. It sounds really silly, but actually we don't do that enough. We seem to have cut that from our life. We seem to work through right to the end of the day without really stopping. Those regular breaks are really valuable for your mind to just have a moment of calm, a moment of peace, and maybe a moment of clarity in the chaos. You need to have those regularly. You can't just have one break in the middle of the day. There needs to be several breaks spread out through your day so that you can have those moments where you step back, you just have some quiet, and you just give yourself time to rethink what's going on. Because this is going to stop that overwhelming feeling when you get to the end of the day and you've not had any breaks, and all these kind of emotions, these feelings, these ideas, these stresses all come at you at once because you finally got the time to take it all in, when you could have had those opportunities to de-escalate the situation throughout the day so it doesn't feel like such a big, overwhelming situation at the end of the day. Tip number 4 is to find gratitude. Find moments within the day that you're really grateful for, or things that you have, or moments that you have. Are you grateful for a roof over your head? Sometimes when we're feeling stressed about our job, we need to find things within our job that we do like, that we can appreciate while we're still in that environment, to help us get through that day. So I'm really thankful that I've got a lovely class at school. I'm really thankful that I have a roof over my head and the job has paid for that. I'm really thankful for some of my colleagues that are supportive and work with me. Find those little things that are really amazing, that make the day amazing each day. So you want to find at least 3 things that you are grateful for every day, so that you are showing kindness to yourself and you're actually seeing some of the little things within your day that are actually okay, that are good, that are making you get through the day. If we always think about the negatives, all we're ever going to see is the negatives. You need to be kind to yourself, and the first thing you can do is show your appreciation and gratefulness towards the things that you do have. You've got to think about the power of positivity and kindness here. If you're overwhelmed by stress, and stress is the emotion of feeling overwhelmed by things, it's your reaction to a situation. Kindness is the opposite of stress, and that's what David Hamilton talks about in How the Mind Can Heal the Body. I've actually just got 2 of his books that are really insightful about how your mindset can be key to changing how you feel. So if you're not feeling happy about something, you need to reframe it. There are things that you can do to change your situation and get out of it, but you also need to be able to reframe your thinking about the situation you're currently in to help you do so. So remember, the opposite of stress is kindness. Be kind to yourself. And that leads in very nicely to tip number 5, which is practice self-care. Self-care is so important, and I don't think we spend enough time doing that. That doesn't mean just going for a spa day or having your nails done. It's about doing things that are things that you enjoy, that make you happy, that make you feel good, because those are the things that kind of boost your self-esteem, they boost your positive mood, because they are important to you. So for me, one self-care item is to go for a walk in my favourite place. So I often go to the same place and I go for a nice little walk, and that does me wonders. I know that that is my little happy place, and that's my self-care thing to me. Spending some time resting is also self-care for me, because I know how important that is for me. Having time to practice gratitude is also important. That is my self-care to me. And there's other little things that I do, like buy myself a little bit of chocolate. That doesn't sound like much, but that's a little something that gives me a little boost without me having a huge spending spree or buying things that I can't really afford. It's just a little something, a little nugget to give me a little mini boost that makes me feel good. And that is something that makes me happy. So work out what things make you happy that will be good for your self-care list, and then write that list down. So anytime you feel like you need that time, you need to do it on a regular basis. If you can, daily self-care is so key to your mental resilience, your mental well-being. So practice it as often as you can. So do all those little things that you enjoy that make you happy. Make time for it. And tip number 6 is to take stock of where you're at. Now that you've had time to rest, had time to sit back and see where you're at, you need to really know what it is that you're not happy with, that is perhaps causing that burnout. Is it work related? Is it friendship related? Is it relationship related? Decide what it is that is contributing to this burnout, so you can think about strategies of how to move forward and make changes to that situation. So until you know where it is that you need to make the change, it's hard to make the change. So work out where you're at, and then think about some goals or some actions that you can take in the right direction to move away from that burnout. So if it's your job that's not making you happy, think about the goal, what do you want it to look like, and then maybe look at the action plan that you can put in place to kind of work towards that, and take one step forward, just one step in that direction that can make you ready. So if it's your job that's not making you happy, the first step might just be looking at your CV and getting it ready to send to other people. That is one step that you can put in the right direction. It's not a massive step, but it's enough to reframe and get you excited about the idea of applying for jobs and about the idea of reassessing your skills, your abilities to be able to present yourself in a positive way for another role. And tip number 7 is to eat well. This is so key. I think we neglect how important food is to our bodies, especially if we're feeling burnt out. Like when you're ill, like with a cold or flu, you might want to give yourself some extra like chicken soup or something like that, or broth. And we do that for a reason. We want to feed our bodies with as much nutrients as possible, enough of the good stuff to kind of allow our bodies to repair and recover. The same goes for burnout, the same goes for stress and anxiety. We need to feed our bodies with all the good stuff that we can to help our bodies recover. So think about doing the same things. Eat your favourite fruit and veg. Prepare yourself some really nice meals, or go out and treat yourself to a really nice meal that's cooked by others that you know is going to be full of lovely things for your body. Treat yourself to eating well to help your body recover, because it's not just mental stress, it's physical stress as well, and everything that you do is going to impact that. So eating well is going to help your body be in the best position possible to be able to work through that burnout. If you've got any other strategies about how to work through and get motivated when you're feeling burnt out, leave a comment below. It's really great that we help each other out in our little community. So it's good to share ideas, and just know you're not alone. Lots of people have been there. We all know how difficult it can be, and we can help each other out. Hopefully these steps will help you get motivated again and get you reset, ready to reframe and rethink things. I shall be back for more videos soon about decluttering, minimalism and my no spend year. Take care, bye.